workshop for you know for, hosted by Two Trees here. Let me go into a little bit more about who we are and why we're doing this. So about Two Trees PPC, we were established in 2017. We are a digital marketing company, full service digital marketing company. We are on a retainer based model, so we don't attach our fees with how much you're spending on ads. A lot of our competitors do that. A lot don't as well, but we find that we don't want to be incentivized by how much our clients need to spend on ads. So we keep it keeps us honest about the correct level of ad spend we need to get you results. We also are proactive, not reactive. So we check the accounts daily. We check out. We've seen a lot of things in Google Ads, so we see things before they happen, and we go ahead and fix these things. Obviously, new things come up all the time, but we are not going to let you find out about it, and then it becomes a problem. We'll tell you about it. And what we found is local business is our bread and butter, and we're a local business. We support local businesses. We use local vendors. We buy local, and we look to do that. Look for our clients to do that too. So we're big advocates for local businesses. Any more information, obviously, you can get on twotreesppc.com and learn more about us. Okay, so let's get into why you're here. Google search ads. Why are they important? Well, it's actually a proven way. They've been around for a long time. It's the only way Google makes money. Google makes a lot of money, so they must be working, right? So it's a proven way of tapping into a high volume, high quality audience. What I mean by that is, for example, these users are actively looking for you. These are people who are most likely to buy. These are, if you like, the lowest hanging fruit. What you do notice through running Google Ads as well is what your competition's doing. This Google search ads allow you to keep ahead of your competition and basically get that market share. You hear market share a lot, this impression share, click share, whatever the term is. It basically means how much of your market you're able to dominate. And the best thing about local businesses, they have national businesses, like look at pizzas, for example. Domino's Pizza across the world are going to dominate, but local pizza chains are able to get in there, and it's through the power of local search. Your local area better than the big global corporations. So you can use terms and you can use knowledge of the geography to really just beat out the competition. And also hyper local budgets as well. You can actually bid on just zip codes and things like that. So you can put technically more money locally than a big national would have spread over a whole larger area. So the data you get from Google search ads is invaluable, right? It's once you start running a campaign, then you find out for real what is going on out there. You can run all kinds of analysis on what you think is going to happen, projections, keyword planner, etc. But until you start running these ads, you're not going to get the best data. The auction insight, for example, if you're bidding on a keyword and your competitors are bidding on that keyword, then you should be able to see after you're running ads how many of those people are where they rank compared to you. So it's called audience analysis. It's called I can't remember what it's called. This is terrible. Auction insights. Sorry, auction insights is what it's called. I think I already said it. So that is really, 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 really valuable. You can see if you're dominant, or you can see if you need to put some more money in. You can see if you're top of the page more often. You can see all these kinds of things. So it's really valuable. So let's get into. So that's why you have to run them, right? Pretty much, there's no industry out there that won't benefit from running Google search ads. So how do you run Google search ads smartly, right? You could throw tens of thousands of dollars at Google ads and you can get a fair result. But most businesses, especially now, you don't have tens of thousands to just throw at this. So how can you make a few $100s, a few $1,000 work for you? So the rest of this presentation is really just me giving you some tips on what I've learned, and a little bit more about how you can tweak things and just get the best out. So intent, you hear me say intent a lot. So what that means is it tells us what the searcher is actually looking for. It goes beyond just the keyword, because yes, you know, you hear all kinds of SEM experts and PPC experts tell you, oh, I know the exact keywords for this industry. Okay, good. That's a start, right? That's a start. It goes beyond the keyword. In fact, actually, this is a great fact that Google put out, is that 51% of searches are actually made up of terms longer than 4 words. So what that means is, what we're talking about here is long tail keywords. This helps you, if you are able to put long-term keywords into your search, campaign, what you're telling Google there is that you're looking for people who are pretty much intent on, you know, they're qualifying a little bit more what they're looking for. So I'll go into that a bit deeper. I'll go there to a little bit deeper later on, but basically it's more than just someone looking for red shoes. It's someone who's looking for red shoes for a size 8, lace up, high heel, etc. All these extra things, it narrows it down the playing field for your search ad. So if you group these groups into what we call ad groups, what that does is it allows you to have a set of ads that match that high intent. So I'll go into that a bit more. Let's look at what without intent means, right? So if you have an ad without intent, usually the advertiser is going to focus on themselves, right? It's really not a lot of information there. So it's just basically saying like, okay, yeah, we are X and we are the best at Y, right? That's it. They don't really answer any questions, and you usually have more questions like, oh, why are you the best? Like, tell me more about that. So let's look at this. I'm searching for an HVAC company, and I'm not being very intentful there. I just want to see an HVAC company. So the ad is showing, this is in the Sacramento area, California, Sierra Valley Home Corporation, emergency HVAC repair. Great. And this isn't cut off, this screenshot. This is actual, the whole ad. It doesn't even finish. You know, it's someone's put in, this is in the description on the ad. Choose our qualified HVAC contract for fast and efficient HVAC services at affordable. I mean, didn't really think that through. Didn't finish the ad. I don't know if that's intentional. I think it could be an accident, but it's just not a very good ad, right? Not many people are just going to be searching for HVAC company. So let's look at the same kind of example with intent, which is more realistic. The advertisers should answer specific questions that are kind of given you from the search term, right? What that does is that qualifies that click. So you're paying for that click. So someone could see the previous ad and not click it, and that's fine. No one cares because they're not going to pay for that. You're not paying per impression for search ads. So we're going to qualify the click here because we want to make sure that if they're clicking, they're more likely to buy. So that's what we're doing here by adding more information inside the ad. What the ad should feel like is that you are, it's written for you. And there's a lot of cool technology with dynamic ads. What they do is they use the keyword and they use the content on the landing page and pick a landing page that actually fits the term. And it basically, what Google does is it custom writes that ad for you, and they perform way higher. But it really does require a lot of good content on your website, which is a whole other matter. But look at this ad in comparison. This is best HVAC companies in Sacramento, because that's where we are. And this is a great version of an ad, which has a lot more information, right? We are number 1 home HVAC contractor. Save money with PG&E. Okay, so here they haven't. It's not it's not the perfect ad. We didn't write it. But yeah, it's giving you more information, right? Replacing your HVAC system. So they're kind of assuming I'm looking to do a replacement. So I didn't put that in my search terms. So there's some optimizations that could be done there. But again, it gives us more reasons for us to click on that. So contact us to learn how you can get up to 5,500 off, right? Okay, that's good. El Dorado Hills, local experts that you can trust for all your homes. It's great because, again, I'm not in El Dorado Hills, so some optimizations there. Maybe they could have segmented this out just because I was actually in the city of Sacramento when I searched this. So it should be, if it's fully optimized, telling me that they're based in the city of Sacramento, and that's easily done. They're not. So this also indicates to me that there are firms in Sacramento that are not taking advantage of this. So I'll be talking to them. But yeah, there's a lot of information there, and it has the extensions, which we'll get into in a little bit. So clearly we need to use some more of the space, right? Because the difference between those two ads, there's like 2 lines, and then an ad with 5, 6, 7 lines taking up more space, more real estate. Well, that's not by accident, that's by design, right? And that click is not going to cost me any more. It could well be that click on the first one, because it's a short-term, it's a short keyword, and there's probably a lot of people going for that, it actually costs more. So that second ad you saw, most likely is actually cheaper for the advertiser to put out, which is crazy, right? You don't see that in any other form of advertising, where the bigger the ad, the smaller the cost, right? It doesn't make sense, but it does, because the higher the intent, the more relevant that ad, the cheaper it will be, because Google wants to reward you for that, because all that Google's trying to do is get you to give their users a valuable, nice experience, right? They're just trying to provide quality to their users because they want people coming back to their platform. So this is an important statistic here. So 19% increase in conversions when you use the appropriate ad extensions, which we'll go into now. Really important. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's an increase in conversions, not just clicks or anything like that. So conversions are a great thing. We'll get into that later too. So we'll use this ad as an example. We'll go through real estate. This is a call out extension. These are 3 here are call out extensions. We always recommend 4, at least 4 to 6. And it will pick what it can fit in. You see, so here they can't fit in quite more than 3, and that's fine. But we have 3 here that should good. Dependable and affordable, get a free consultation, 25 plus years in business. So the call outs are literally just little snippets, little pieces of valuable content you can add. And it has to, and that's about the right length. You can't have them any longer than this. These are also, these are good because these can apply across the whole account, or you can do it again, you can segment it out. What a nice little thing to do is to say best in the city that you're targeting here, or if you're BBB accredited, things like that. If you're a member of a local organization, that's cool to call out, then put it here. The other one is a site link extension. Here, these are actually links, deep level links into other parts of the website. So this is great because look, we're calling out a special, and I click on that and it will take me to the special page, landing page, or hit my details and give me the coupon for that. That's great. Contact us today. That's okay. It's just another way of contacting. So you click on them, it takes you to the contact page on the site. Highly rated reviews, because obviously they want to prove to you that they are good and they have real testimonials. So that will take you there. And then new specials, so another specials page. These are pretty good. These are good. And these little site links look small here. It's 1 line, but they can actually have a description with them too, and take up even more real estate. So site links are probably the most important extension to have if you're looking for real estate, because these can take up a lot of the page, and I'm sure you've seen those ads which basically take up a huge portion of the search result. So very important. Let's look at location extensions. This is linked to your Google My Business. So very important to have that linked into your Google Ads account. Google My Business, if you're not sure, it's you have to claim it. Every business has one. And you need to claim it. And if you haven't claimed it, talk to us, because that's one of the number one things that we've been doing recently for local businesses, is getting that in order. And that's free. You know, that is free to have. And it's very powerful, but it needs to be linked into here. Your details need to be correct. And what this will do, if you click on that, that'll take you to the map, Google Maps, and people can get directions to your business. And it's cool. And it will only show if you are local to that area. So if I'm on the East Coast and I'm searching for HVAC companies in Sacramento, that's not going to show up, because it's going to see where I am and give me local results. Call extensions, basic one, it's just the phone number. Pretty cool to have a tracking number here. So you can obviously have your calls recorded and tracked, and then it can, depending on what system you use, it can tell you what keyword triggered that. But at the very least, have your phone number here, because you can actually click on a cell phone, you can click to call, and then that registers as a conversion, usually automatically, but obviously that needs to be set up. But very important, you have multiple ways of people to contact you, and the phone's not dead. People still pick up the phone. Even millennials still pick up the phone and call sometimes. It depends. With HVAC contractors, usually, the calls, in my working with them, calls are a big thing for them. Form fills, not so much. So definitely for this, they need to have that. So stupid little meme. It's you know, they're giving away the real estate. It's free technically, because you're already paying for the ad. So thanks, Google, for that. Cheers to you. All right, measuring success. This is important. Let's get into this. You know, I hear, and I've heard a lot of agencies say that, oh, great, you got X many clicks and this is great. Well, clicks, it's nothing. It's great. Someone saw the ad and clicked on it, and you've paid for it. Well done. You've just paid for someone to click on your ad. What are they doing after that click? You need to measure that, because you can't be successful just on clicks, right? It's cost you money. Great. So clicks, right. Now I paid for it. Where's my return? That's what you've got to think about. What happened after the click? And conversions are what are important here. What is a conversion? Well, this is set by you, and it's a business decision to decide what the conversion is. My recommendation is to make it only a positive move towards a sale after the click. If possible, and I often recommend this, make it only about the sale, right? Only something that leads to a sale and something you can measure as success. Because in some industries, a lot of conversions, a lot of inquiries, a lot of clicks, calls, so form submissions just don't mean a lot, and you get thousands of them, and then it becomes a pointless metric. Conversions, if you're getting thousands of conversions from your campaign, then you should be rolling in it. You should be set. You should be done. I mean, it should be great. So we're not expecting to see that. So conversion should really think about that conversion and see what it should be. Okay, sorry, just got a message. All right, and feel free, and I will say as well, if anyone has any questions, there's a Q&A box open, so you can anytime raise your hand or have a question. All right, let's go on. So conversion tracking, let's talk about that. So you need Google Tag Manager you don't need it. I mean, Google Tag Manager is a best practice to set up conversion tracking. Firing conversion pixels on pages like a form submission thank you page, great. It sends a signal back to Google Analytics, through Tag Manager, or to the Google Ads platform to say, great, this session led to a successful conversion. Great. So it should fire on a form submission. If you have call tracking set up, it should also send an event through to the platform to let you know, hey, this call was great. So qualifying that call, if it's a length over 60 seconds, for example, if you know, not every call is going to convert, but usually if you have a time frame, if they've been on the phone X amount of time, you know it's probably going to lead to something. Set that in there so you're weeding out the little wrong number calls and things like that, which with tracking numbers you get a lot of, by the way. All right. So moving into, you have the conversion data. You've been running the campaign for a little while now. What are you going to do? You have great data. You should have great data. You have to, before we get into this stage, you really have to make sure those conversions are set up right. You have about, you know, one a day for a month on average in the bank, right? So you know kind of patterns, you know what's going on. You have enough data in there. Then you can start making decisions. So armed with that, you're able to, you know, you've done everything right. You're using all the real estate, you're tracking conversions. You can analyze and optimize now. So use this data to make the decisions, not your opinions. Don't think, oh, okay, well, I don't like this ad. It's whatever. If it's working, let's stick with it. If it's not, then ditch it. It's that simple. So what I do, little trick, is to sort in Google Ads, have the conversion tab, like have the conversions showing for everything, right? So get that in your tables, and then sort by highest to lowest on conversions for everything you look at. So search terms, go into your search terms report, sort by conversions. Do the same with the ads, the actual ad copy. Look at the ads, look at the ones that are converting, look at the ones that aren't. Look at locations. So go into your locations where you're targeting and look at geographical areas. You can break it down to city level, zip level, DMA level, whatever level you want at, you can break it down to and look at what's converting in those areas. And then last of all, the ad schedule. Make sure that the days, the times, everything like that are all showing, and look at what's converting well. So with that data, let's look at the search term data you pulled up, right? So you have it in an order of conversions, right? The highest converting at the top, the worst at the bottom. Look at the terms which are costing you money and not producing any results. So go down to the bottom or sort it by the lowest at the top, and then look at the value, how much it costs you. If it's not converting, and especially if it's been a while, I mean, you should probably do it first month, look in it, and anything which is like drastically wrong, add that as negative, turn it off, whatever, right? And look deeper as well. What keyword is triggering that too? You can add that as a column, and then see if there's a problem with the keywords. But with search terms, I actually, and this is a thing you should do very regularly if you're optimizing, is add negatives. Add negatives to anything that's costing you money and doesn't convert. So that's just a rule of thumb. And then do that regularly, and keep anything on the fence, make a decision within 2 weeks, because it's the biggest way of saving money. I can go into an account now, pick one up, and save the customer thousands per month just on this alone, right? And that frees up then more budget to give to the terms that are converting, and try new things, because there's always new things to add. Okay, so now you're looking at the ad copy. Look at the different variations, because you should have 3 different ads per ad set, and they should be slightly different. And every description should be different. Every headline should be different. And you should have a mixture of responsive as well. And then look at the assets there that are not converting, and then just change them. Just turn them off. Look at the ones that are converting, work out why, and then just replicate that and keep testing. But conversions, again, keeps coming back to that. And then, so when you're in the locations tab in Google Ads, you can run a geographic report, which is called match locations. You have targeted locations, which is the areas you set in the campaign. But then when you start running and you're getting the data, they actually tell you the real places where, so you change that to matched locations and then sort by conversions and do the same thing. Go through there. Does it make sense? Does it look right? Does it make any sense? Does it match what you're thinking? Pause and take money out of those areas or whatever you have to do. Exclusions, really good. And then last of all, do the ad schedule tab and then look at the days and the hours in particular. Don't look at the ad schedule tab on its own, because it's not going to give you any useful information. Go to daytime, sorry. And then look at that and go through, and you might find some really interesting data. Like Fridays are your best days, and then make sure you have budget for that day. Mondays might be terrible, so maybe consider turning off the ads that day. All these kinds of things. Mainly it's weekends and weekdays that are going to be the biggest differentiators, and also times of day. Typically in most industries between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. are like peak times, and then it tails off. Some industries, especially in the pizza delivery industry, we're looking at 4 to 8 p.m. being the peak, and lunchtime will surprise you. It might be there, it might not. So things like that come up, and it's basically you need to compare all of this data to the data you already know about your business, right? Because this might be just a small portion of your marketing campaigns. You might have a lot of traditional information sent to you through big agencies or from your print staff or your direct mail that doesn't match this. And you know what? This definitely supersedes all that, because this is where most people are now. This is where people are. So this could be an eye-opener, and it has been for a lot of our clients. Also, for the majority, it does just match what you already know. Your weekends are dead, therefore search ads are dead over the weekend too. Or that just, then it makes sense, right? So that's half an hour of content as I was planning, and the rest of the time I'm going to yield to the audience for any questions. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this on a rerun. So I guess at this point, before I open up to anyone who's live on here, I will say that you can direct any questions at all to info, INFO, at twotreesppc.com, and we'll be able to answer your questions until the next time we do this. But I hope I've been useful to you guys. I hope I provided some insight. And it's a lot to get through. I could speak another hour about more Google search stuff, but I wanted to get the biggest, lowest hanging fruit out of the way. So I'll open it up to anyone who has any questions. Raise your hand.